Not bad. Not bad. So welcome to a episode of my first proper project car. I think so. I think it's a project car. Finally bought something I actually really want. So bought myself a Citroen BX 1988. It's currently on the ramp. I should have really done an introduction video, but it was quite late when I received it yesterday or Friday, something like that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert some photos, and now I will give you a little walk around. So here is the vehicle. Here it is, a 1988 Citroen BX 1.6, currently on the ramp. You might recognise this car if you like French cars, Eva Resto, which is a very, very cool shop who specialise in Volkswagen air-cooled vehicles. But he had this back in 2019, then it kind of got bought and then sat around for a while. So it is a BX 16 TRS. Got a few issues, one being a humongous suspension leak. One being a humongous suspension leak, and the other being coolant leak as well. So I need to get these things fixed, and then pretty much ready for MOT after a good clean, because it's actually not that bad, to be fair, but the suspension leak's a bit of an issue. So I'm currently just washing everything down. So we have a lot of shit down there, so I'm washing all that down on the dozer valve, I think it's called, which is like a master cylinder, but not a master cylinder. And then I'm going to go underneath, I'm going to wash it all off, and then we'll sit here for half an hour and watch it. And just try and find this bastard leak. And then I can figure out a game plan. There's also a coolant leak, which is from a pipe. I'll show you here. There is this pipe here. See this little tube, which sits there. It seems to be dripping coolant from there, hence why there's so much like rust and stuff there. So that needs to be fixed also. But yeah, that's pretty much it up to now. So one of the first jobs is, everything's plastic. This is annoying already. Put it there. So first job, could stay at that battery terminal. Someone's tried to wrap that around to make it a bit tighter. That's shit in it. So I've got some real nice battery terminals here. Look at that, that's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll go for that, we'll get that on, and we'll call that one job done. At least it'll start a bit better then, because it has a bit of struggle in starting, and I think it is definitely due to this being a terrible connection. So we'll do that. Underneath now, I had a really bad suspension leak, and that's one of the reasons why I got the vehicle for a good price. So I was suspecting when I first sent it up, one of these 4 connection pieces was leaking. But when I found out here, this pipe here was actually off completely. This pipe is broke here, and because it's broke there, it was completely off. So I'm praying to God now. My plan is now, because it's a Sunday and I need to get home really, I'm just going to blast all this shit off here. Bearing in mind the puddle was huge and it's ruined my rubber mat. So the puddle was huge. So my plan is now to go home, leave it overnight and leave it for a few days. And if I've got nothing, then I can call that a success. And you know, because it was a major leak, it was pissing out. And I think, obviously you got low pressure, obviously I'm saying obviously, I don't know, but you've got low pressure lines and then the high pressure lines. And the high pressure line would be a savage leak, like squirting out. And the low pressure leak would be just a nice trickle, return, trickle, trickle, trickle. In my brain, that's how it works. I don't know if that's right, correct me if I'm wrong. But I'll put this pipe on here now. I don't think it's a legitimate hydraulic hose pipe, it's just fuel pipe. This one's brittle as well, and you can see here, you can see how it's starting to weep. It's gone rock hard, so these low pressure lines need a good old clean up and fix, but yeah, they seem to be doing alright. So I'm just going to keep cleaning up, clean my floor, get it mint, and then call it a day. And then we'll try again next week. Okay, so here's my bulletproof Citroen specialist diagnostic testing. I'm not a Citroen specialist, but it's destroyed my rubber mat, but I've cleaned it. Look how clean that is. When I got in, you can see the trail which came through. Ignore all the evil bits. There's evil bits everywhere. So you can see the trail came in. Puddle, sent it up over the weekend, pissed out everywhere. You can see there's still some remnants. It's gonna be for a long time. But the theory is now to leave that like that. To leave that like that. And now leave it over the weekend. And if it's as simple as that dripping, then I have done an absolute blinder. If that's the case. So the only way to test is to just wait. But can you see all these low pressure lines which have been replaced somewhat? You know, look at all the cracks in them. I think my issues are in them low pressure lines. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's not as deep as I think. Up to now, we'll wait. If that's a puddle on Tuesday, I've not fixed it. But yeah, I think I've fixed it. Left it over the weekend, and I'm unfortunately still got a leak, so I'm gonna have to diagnose that. I actually whizzed out and got myself just a cheeky litre of the cheap stuff, just to put in for diagnostic purposes. I'm actually gutted. I thought I'd fixed it, but I clearly haven't, so we'll put this in, send it up, see if we can see anything obvious, and then try again. Fuck, I'm so upset about that. Really am. Really am. I thought I'd got an easy fix there. So I had a horrendous leak again. Let me get a torch. Is this torch charged? Oh, god damn it. Horrendous leak again in the morning, so I decided to go to a local hose company. I found this bodge here. I took off all the sheathing here. Found this bodge, a brake pipe into a hose. And yeah, what's happened is this pipe, I've had to go out and buy some pipe, but it's not quite right, so I've ordered the correct size pipe. I'm gonna have to replumb all this low pressure stuff here, because it's most of my leaks are from there. I believe most of my leaks are from there. The puddle is still there as well, but that's just, I think, is potential residue from spilling so much this morning. It's going to be a long journey to get this fixed, I think, just due to the sheer awkwardness of diagnosis. So my plan is to potentially just start doing one pipe at a time, and just keep doing one pipe at a time until it's all somewhat done. But at the moment, that coolant pipe at the back, I've clamped it off. I've got it here, and there's an Allen key which goes in here. Then there's a hole. I don't know, it doesn't look right. Excuse me. So it doesn't look right. That doesn't look like it should be there. And coolant's just pissing out, as you could imagine. So my plan is now, I'm gonna just put a blob of weld over that hole and hope that I can actually weld okay-ish. So I'm gonna do that now.
So the pipe is somewhat ready to weld, I would say. On that scale. I don't mean to say I'm not a welder, this is a Lidl welder. Web welder is from Lidl, so you can expect absolutely nothing from this, unfortunately. But has this even got batteries charged? Is the battery even charging? This is the question. Well, the batteries are gone on this, I'd say. Well, that doesn't work. Not sure how long I've used that. That's the old-fashioned way. Just not look. This is another one I have. Hello. So, it's not very honest, it's a good one. So let's speed up that tiny bit. I don't want to go fucking... Okay, that's okay. Let's snip the end of that, because that's crap. So yeah, take that off. Turn that off. I don't know what I'm doing, guys, by the way. Is that bad ground? Is that not clean enough? don't take this to a professional because I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a few minutes.
Oh no, let's get in the van. So, put you in 0.5 mode. Here we are. We have le finished produit. Done. He was like, yeah, fucking sweet, just give it here, I'll do it quickly for you. 2 seconds, done. So, the proof's in the pudding, whether it'll fix the leak. There were some fibre washers. Over the bolt here. So I'm going to just nip to Halfords and see if I can get some fibre washers, a pack of them. And then I'm done. I'll put that back on and then the coolant leak's fixed. Metric O-rings there, so that'll work for that bolt. I also got some high temp paint as well. That'll do. That looks shit, doesn't it? So whilst I've got it off, I might as well paint it. That's what my theory is going to be. Whenever I take something off, I'll make it better. So that's the plan. So it's welded. I've got that. Let's go. Evo chassis as a paint booth. That'll do. Let's just turn it around and give it another bit more. So here's a pipe. Missed a little bit here and there, but for this exercise it's okay. Nice new rubber seal. Done. Let's go and fit it. Okay, so the pipe is in. Looking good. Yeah. Okay, so yesterday I cleaned the engine bay. I need a vacuum cleaner to do the scuttle, and then I can clean that scuttle bit. But as for this section here, it's as good as it's going to get for a while. I think it looks quite good, that. I'm going to give it another once over eventually. But that's quite good, doesn't it? The locking works on the suspension. The front stays up overnight. The back sinks. That rear leak now is getting worse. It's waiting for parts now. I've got some fuel filters. I'll fit those later. And then once I've fitted those, one filter on the top here. Once I've fitted that, I can't really do much until I've got parts, so I'm going to carry on cleaning. Yesterday I got my detailing brush out and I started scrubbing some of these, do you know, the seal around here. It's not really done much. Well, a lot of shit came out, but it's not done loads, so I'm going to start just scrubbing. That's not great, is it? Like a fucking hole there, but not into the car. So the plan will be to scrub all the nooks and crannies. I'll just scrub them all, scrub everything, all the little bits and bobs, and then that'll make washing it easier, and it'll hopefully make, if I do end up paying someone to detail it, it'll make the price cheaper as well, because all the nooks and crannies will have already been done. I kind of want to pay someone to do it, but also I don't like the idea of spending £200 to £300 on getting my car cleaned when I can technically do it. it's just miserable, isn't it? It's just not the most fun work. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Whoa, flashlight. And last night I was working on a 1979 MG Midget till 9:30 at night, and this is the aftermath. What a bomb site. So I'm gonna just quickly, he says quickly, I need to tidy up. I've got 15 minutes until my first actual customer arrives of the day. So I need to get that done, tidy up to some extent. Living off energy drinks at the moment, £1 each. Terrible habit, really need to stop. But that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at. So yeah, I'm gonna need to get all everything from over there, over here, organise it here, so that if the customer does arrive, at least this section looks somewhat okay for the time being. But yeah, absolutely terrible. Not great. I'm pretty disappointed that I'm letting the workshop get scruffy. So here goes nothing. Let's have a 10-minute tidy up. Ooh. Okay, so fuel filter. I've got no parts. It's killing me. So yeah, I put a fuel filter in. That looks about right, doesn't it? I put that in, and then I'm gonna carry on cleaning. I think there's not really much else I can do, which is annoying. Just waiting for parts. Once I fix the suspension, it's going to go for MOT, and then I can get the fail list, and I'll bring you along with me. So I'll fit this now, and I'll show you. You asked if you could suck him. I'll do a bit of time with the detailing brush scrubbing. That still needs sticking down. Scrubbing just the nooks and crannies, really. Scrubbing the seals. And I've done the door jammies, and I've also done the interior. So as you can see now, tidy. And this seat obviously is bollocksed. I might find a seat cover for the time being, but I'll have to get that retrimmed. But inside looking good now. Much better. Under the bonnet, much better. Alright, I'm going to give it a bit of a hose down, give it a bit of a jet wash, lightly from far away with a hot wash. Going to use heat to try and loosen some of the shit up, and I'm not going to go mad with it, just to get some of the debris off. Okay, going to give it a bit of a hot wash now, give it a wash, and then it should be golden, I hope. Ideally could do with sponging it, / snow foaming it, etc. But I don't have the time yet. Well, all the equipment. So I've just given it the hot wash and got a lot of the loose stuff off now. And she's done. That'll do. This week's quite successful. So we'll just keep chipping away at it bit by bit, and we'll get her there. She's looking good already. Really, really happy. So I've been, every time I jump start the Citroen, I'm like, it runs funny when it's cold, or just in general. Struggles to start, struggles to stay running. The boost, when the boost pack's fully charged, and it just runs mint when it's fully charged. And I'm believing to think that the alternator's faulty. So I thought, what am I doing? Why don't I just grab my multimeter and have a check? So the battery in it was 6 volt, fucked. So I jump started it, left it running with the boost pack on, took the boost pack off, and the battery's 11.5 volt, 11.4 volt. And it's slowly dying. So whilst I'm in this situation where I can do, and the car's off the road, I've decided to take the alternator off, which I will flip the camera around. Oh, I'll just show you. There it is. So there's my alternator. I'm going to take it for refurbishment tomorrow morning, get it refurbished, put back on the vehicle, and then we will have no issues. And then I can at least know that the vehicle's not going to have any electrical gremlins, blah de blah. Because then, well, yeah, then I know at least I won't have any electrical gremlins, and I know that I can trust the electrical system if the alternator's working. So that's the plan. Here it is. Old unit, as you can see, Valeo, made in France. I'm kind of upset. Beautiful alternator. We have a old original Valeo made in France alternator. So yeah, it wasn't charging, so it's not charging. I need it to charge. I want to see 14 volts at least. I want to see it work hard to charge a shit battery, and it just wasn't doing that. So yeah, hopefully my diagnosis isn't incorrect. Maybe I've jumped the gun, but I don't think I have. Like I said, it was shit, so I'm gonna put a new one on and go from there. I'm just a bit gutted that says made in France and my new one probably won't say made in France, But oh well, it is what it is. I'll put a new one on and it should be okay. So as you can see, I've got my LHM fluid. This is all the shit I emptied. I've put a lot in the bin, but I've still got loads more stuff. But yeah, I bought some 5 litres of LHM fluid for when I finally box off the repairs when my pipe arrives. Alternator is at Digby's, the auto alternator repair guys. Yeah, that's a technical term. So that's good. Also, one problem I've had is, remember when I was like, my dipstick's got no end on it. So I bought one. So let's have a look at this one. 1 second, I'm going to put you down and then I'll measure it. It seems somewhat okay. I don't know how far this plastic bit sits, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's going in. Whoa, it's hard with one hand. Okay, she's in. So that is, you know, it's annoying. This potentially could have all been fixed very quick if the parts were available, but they're not. You can't get anything for these buggers from your local parts shops, hence why it's such a farce and it's taking so long. But I'm hoping to still have it MOT'd by next week. That's the plan. That doesn't fit very well, does it? Alright, I'm going to sand that down a bit. Bollocks, how annoying. Oh, look at this, eh? Look at this. Look at this. Fresh fuel filter. Fresh dipstick. Look, it's even got a little oil sign on it. Oh, that's better, innit? Can't wait for my alternator to come back. That's going to be good. Like I said, I've not gone for the full clean, schmicko, perfect looking thing because it's a silly idea. It would look stupid sat there, so yeah, that's where we're going. Also, I've still not got my pipes. But look at how small my leak is now. And then at the back's really bad still. The back's really bad. Well, not really bad, but I know where it's coming from. Oh, there's a low pressure pipe which isn't even connected. So that's why there's a puddle there. Yeah, so I know where that's coming from. I know where the front's coming from. It's annoying having to order all the bits from online and then wait because it just takes so long. But we're getting there, ish. Just, I want to get out in it, and unfortunately, due to the age of the vehicle, you just can't get parts, so you can't just go out in it. You can't just get it done and go out. Oh well, we're getting there though. We are slowly getting there. Got a plan with the bonnet, because it's got these razors, because this has been raised up. I don't know whether to take the razors off and cut like a hole in the bonnet here, so the spheres poke through a little bit. I'm unsure. Okay, I'm on the way back to Digby's because my alternator's done. I think it took him an hour and a half. I could have bloody just sat around and told him to hurry up, but how good is that? They've replaced a certain few things. I'll let you know when I get there. I'll ask the question and I'll see what they've replaced. But they've said they've replaced about 3 things and it's 60 quid. 60 quid to get it repaired, so not too bad. I can't really grumble, to be fair. I'm going to go there now. I've got a new battery for it as well, so I've got a battery and an alternator. Put that on, it should start first time, I hope. If it doesn't start first time, weird. But that should turn the battery light off the dashboard now, which I'm so excited about. I can't wait for that. Whoa, look at it. It looks the same, but the back end's all brand new. Love it. So supposedly it's had a regulator or a receiver and a regulator. It's had 2 things, but it's done. I'm going to put it on with the new battery when I get back to the shop, and then we can determine whether it's fixed, but it should be. Look at that, I'm chuffed with that. They haven't touched it, they haven't cleaned it, they've just repaired it straight back to me. £60 cash, jobs are good. I'm really chuffed with that. I'm really chuffed with that. I feel like that's the only way to do that. Okay, so alternator's on, new battery's on, hazards are on. That's cool. Let's see if she starts. No more battery light on the dash. Fixed. How's the belt? Belt seems happy. Fixed. It's a bit of a blow back there, isn't it? Bit of a suspension blow. Oh, bumped straight back up as well. This exhaust needs leak testing, but no more lights on the dash. This vehicle's got raised strut tops, and it had these things on it here. So what I've done is I've just put more on the front, just to make it even and to stop the bonnet from stressing. If you can see on this side, the bonnet is cracked here from where it's just been pivoting on this bit. Again, it's a bit of a hack. I'm not 100% know what I want to do with the bonnet yet, but for the time being, that will suffice. Much better than what it is. I'm going to just test it now and give it a bit of a shut and see. Can you focus? Right, so there was no pipe attached to that pipe into this one on the left here. But looking at it, I actually don't think that's my leak, which is rather concerning. There's another pipe that goes right over there, so let's see if we can get a good view on that and see if that's the cause of that leak. Either way, not good, because I thought it was just simply a pipe off, and I think it might be a bit deeper than that. I think the axle might have to come off, but we'll see. Front suspension breathers all put back to somewhat an acceptable-ish standard. They're on. The previous person has put brake pipe on to try and repair those pipes, so I'll see how long that lasts. If not, they'll be added to the list, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll go from there. The other side is exactly the same, so the other side is identical. So we'll buzz the wheel off and we'll put some pipes on, because they are just missing. And if you can see there, you can see the overflow there. It's been overflowing, so I can't wait to get this pipe on. That'll fix another leak. Okay, so week over. I think that's the week over on the Citroen. So we found a lot of things, we fixed a lot of things, we found more things, we fixed some more things, and ultimately we found a lot more things. So the list is big. I don't know when the timeline is. Like I said, I wanted to send it for MOT next week, but that rear suspension leak, which I thought was simply that pipe which wasn't there, seems to be a pipe above the axle. So that needs a bit more investigation before I can be 100% certain on how to fix that. My plan is, I don't know. I don't even know what the plan is. I can't see the bugger. I might do a cheeky forum post on that. I've had my dad round today. He's a bit more clued up on carburetors, and he says that the choke doesn't work, the auto choke isn't working. Found a perished vacuum line just then, and I fitted a new vacuum line, and it's not done anything, but it's now working. Well, it's now better because it's no longer perished. But yeah, I found a lot of stuff, and it's difficult. It's difficult. I kind of want it on the road as soon as possible to get people seeing it, and to get it, just to enjoy the thing. But I don't want to cut too many corners. I want to make sure it is actually somewhat ready. Not bothered if it needs a few bits and bobs. I don't really care. But I want it to be working. I don't want it to be pissing out coolant, pissing out suspension fluid. Also coolant. My coolant pipe's still leaking. Could you believe it? My coolant pipe's still leaking. I've just been running it for a bit, revving it a bit, and then it's started smoking again. So I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I'm going to take that pipe back off. I'm going to smoke test it on the bench, I think, and just figure out where the hell it's leaking from. And then when I find it, I'll take it back to where I got it welded and see if they'll weld it again. Because that's annoying, isn't it? I thought that was a nice cheeky fix, and it turns out it's not a nice cheeky fix because it's still frigging leaking. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try and get the content a little bit better, but for now I'm just trying to plow through with some work and try and fix the bugger. But yeah, that rear pipe is a bit not very fun, is it? That is not very fun.